Hello, quitters. This is Jpquit, giving out another video for you today. And I was gonna shoot this video outside, but it is black fly season now, so we're doing it inside. Um, so for today's travel day, I wanted to talk about um, life after withdrawals. I guess is a good way to put it. And so in my last video, I touched on, coming out of that fog basically and, kind of doing more like damage control and stuff like that. So today we're going to talk more about that, coming out of the fog moment. And so, and for those who are, still feel like they are, very much in the fog and things still suck, don't worry. We'll talk about that in the next part of this video too. So, so basically, when you come out of this phase, and you might have developed some new habits to basically, survive the first initial part of your quit. And so, as addicts, we're addicts, and we gravitate towards really anything. You've probably noticed you've picked up, you've replaced your dipping with, something else. And so this can really bother some people, and some other people, it doesn't bother them at all. But if it does bother you, if you're, chewing, I don't know, like copious amounts of gum or, bags of Jolly Ranchers or something like that, um, you might start to be able to kind of take a pause and, start to think about more of your addiction basically, and why you're um, trying to replace, something with some substance. And so, um, so basically, as addicts, we are trying to replace something. So, something traumatic happened, or um, you're just working through some difficult times, and you used addiction to basically get through it, um, or not think about it, something like that. And so, it becomes a lot deeper when you're like, oh man, like I need like my stick of gum or I'm gonna explode kind of moment. And it's kind of like, let's take a second and think about that for a second. Why do you feel so uncomfortable in your skin? And for me, it was a lot of I went through a lot of traumatic things in my life, and basically I survived that by self-medicating, because I didn't know any better, and that's just how it happened. But as I've started to work on those things and realize, like, oh, I've been, using this drug to really just get me through all these hard things that I went through and didn't deal with. And so uh, that can be a really, amazing turning point in your quit. And so I think it's important to, start going down that road. And, maybe that's, therapy, or, just taking some time for yourself to, think about that. Um, Maybe, Google some things on, um, some coping skills, develop something else that, it's good for your body and your mind. And, that's a great start. I, I started, um, early in my quit, I started mountain biking, which I, never was really into. Um, but, I love it now, and it's definitely a good, freeing coping mechanism for me. And, finding something like that, that could be anything really. Um, is a good place to start with, working on trying to take out some of those replacements. And I mean, I completely get it. As addicts, we just go from one thing to another, and that can really make us pretty powerful in our lives, and it can also hinder us sometimes. Um, but just kind of realizing that, like, hey, I need to be a little more careful around new things, because it might just totally consume me. And I'm I am definitely like that now. I'll find something new and I'll get completely engulfed in it, and it's kind of like, oh, I just need to take a second and um, just kind of take a breath with it and take a step back. And that's taken me a lot of time to do. So don't, if you feel frustrated, that is totally valid. I've been there. And developing coping skills is a time consuming thing, and you'll do a lot of things that you're like, well, this is dumb, and I don't like this. Just move on, and you will find something that works for you. And um, that's great. So next, I want to talk about people who are still feel like they're still in the fog, and they're just like, man, you're crazy. This feels like day one. I don't care. I have 100 days. It doesn't feel better. And yeah, I get that. I was that person, definitely. It took me, geez, I think into my 500 days before I really started to level out and feel comfortable in my own skin, not thinking about nicotine all the time. And, if you're there, it's okay. There's tons of people on this site that are in that, um, definitely in the same boat as you. And, I've went through it as well. And, maybe you do need to stick with those habits of, chewing gum or, whatever it is until you come out of it, and that's okay. Um, it's just going to take you a little more time. And, you can try things that, old vets on this site tell you to do, and you hate it and you don't want to do it. But, I, I encourage you to, try it out, and, at least try, and kind of, at least dip your toe into some other things. Um, and, just keep on coming in and posting your day, your promise, and, do all the things you have been doing. Basically you just need more time, and that's okay. And, we're all here to help you out. And, vets all over the site are, just wonderful help, and they've been through, pretty much everything. And so, don't worry, you'll get there. 100 days, this is the beginning of, really working through your addiction, and, um, you know, starting to realize, how to navigate your life. And, um, you need to accept some things. And, yeah, then you'll just get on through it without nicotine, and I promise it'll be great. So, that concludes our video. And, um, yeah, if you ever need help, just obviously come on the site, and we'll message you. So, see you next time. So, have a great day and stay quit. See ya.